Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Can everyone hear me okay? I think we're doing a lot better for sound these days. I still don't have the perfect mic that I want, but we are doing a lot better. How's everyone? Joining from Rome. Hello, Robert Collins. Thank you so much, Church Nelly, for posting all the links. Hi, Elaine Parker. Hey, Jane Commonwealth. Hi, everyone. Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you so much, everyone who listened to my last podcast and when I asked if you could donate anything that you would usually donate to me if you wanted to donate to my friend instead, who's going through some health issues right now. Thank you so much to everybody who did donate. You really, really, really made her day, made her week, made her month. You are so much appreciated. Unfortunately for her, this is going to be a chronic, ongoing issue. But the little that you did, it is so deeply appreciated. I'm just so proud of this community that we have people who are kind in that way. She's so grateful. I think she's going to post like a little video or something in the next coming days, or she's going to send it to me or just something as a thank you to you all. But again, just very, very much appreciated. It's the little that I could do. We can't solve everybody's problems and all the world's problems, but if we can make somebody's life a little happier and easier, if only for a few weeks, I mean, isn't that the spirit of what Meghan always treats us? So much appreciated. Thank you. And Meghan did actually pop up with a little video on the gram. She is back, and we're going to get into all of that and some other WTF moments that have been happening this week. So, but let's just start with Invictus. Yes, we are. Oh my goodness, Invictus starts on Saturday. We should be seeing Harry and Meghan on Saturday. We have all of the Invictus signs are up. We've seen the medals, and please don't forget to, if you want your handmade Squaddy Invictus merchandise. Unfortunately, it won't arrive in time for Invictus. You'll get it afterwards. But please go and support Squaddy Hooks by our Squaddy Rahini. There's still plenty of those available. And again, thank you so much for all of the orders that we've gotten so far. I think we had like 2 new orders this week. So thank you to you all, and I will update the donation jar. I think it was at just over £20 or something last time. It's probably at about 30 or 40 now. So once that gets to 100, we will donate. We will donate for every 100 that gets raised. So thank you to everybody who's purchased them so far. Make sure you go and support that. Also, it was pretty much breaking news the last time I did a podcast, so I didn't get to talk about it officially. But indeed, Chris Martin of Coldplay will be performing, and it's actually um a moment, it's a full circle moment, because there he was all those years ago at another Invictus. Incredible. Along with, of course, Katy Perry, Noah Kahan, Nelly Furtado, and a whole bunch of other incredible performers. I'm very much looking forward to the opening. I will get the details as soon as I can as to where we can actually watch that live. I'm assuming it's going to be streamed live online like the last one was. But I will obviously figure out the details for you. I'm assuming also, like last time, you will likely be able to watch the events online as well. So yeah, that is Invictus. Invictus is coming. Also, Grammys was the Grammys was this week as well. I personally take issues with the Grammys as a concept, just because I feel like, um, much like the Oscars, this very small group of um, executives and industry people shouldn't get to be the gatekeepers of all things music. Um, I mean, for one, I don't even think you can be nominated for a Grammy if you don't if your album hasn't come out in the US. I don't know if that's still the case. But anywho, as always, the Grammys have always been controversial, not just for the music, but for other things as well. And first and foremost, congratulations to Beyonce for reclaiming country. We've now found out that her announcement was going to be for the Cowboy Carter tour, which I think a lot of people had guessed that's what it would be. Obviously, the announcement got moved because of the LA fires. So tour dates have been announced for that. I don't know if I'll be interested in going to that just because I haven't really listened to Cowboy Carter. I'm not a huge country fan anyway, even if it is Beyonce. I think I'll just wait for the greatest hits tour. I unfortunately missed out on the Renaissance tour during my travels, but Renaissance wasn't even my favorite Beyonce album either anyway. I'll wait for the greatest hits tour. And then of course this. Jesus help us. Jesus help us. Jesus help Bianca to find the sense of self-love for herself. Because seriously, what even is this? I actually have a theory about what this is regarding Kanye and his self-hate issues and his uh, just life decisions in general. But even for Kanye, those opinions may be so controversial that would get me cancelled. Um, but I believe that Kanye is someone who has a deep level of self-hatred. He's very unstable. I think he needs a lot of help. I think I find it interesting that he parades his I think she's still his wife. I thought they were divorcing, but his partner like this. But he seems to have this double standard when it comes to his own daughter. I don't think he would allow this for his daughter, and yet he's teaching his daughter that this is acceptable for a man to parade you around like this. Um, there's nothing artistic about this at all. I don't think nudity on its own is grotesque. Um, but I think in the context of this is incredibly grotesque and just disgusting. This whole relationship is weird. I just feel sorry for the children, and I don't know what's wrong with Kanye, but there's clearly a lot wrong with Kanye. I think we're gonna hear some interesting stories to come from this coupling. I don't believe that this couple has any friends. They seem very isolated. Just don't even know what to say about this. Anyway, let me just get it off the screen. In nice news, okay, I'll go to your comments first, and then we'll move on to the nice news. Thank you so much, Tesh Nelly, for being a member for 27 months and being an incredible mod as well. Appreciate you so much, Tesh Nelly. The whole community appreciates you. You're truly one of a kind. God give that fool a brain so she can use it. I mean, give her some self love too. I mean, wasn't Bianca a designer or architect? I mean, she is actually a very highly educated woman. She just happened to look like a clone of Kim, and that's what Kanye went for. Yeah, I have that. Maybe we'll do a Squaddies After Dark podcast, and I can give you my rather controversial theories as to why Kanye parades her around like that. He needs help. He's very unwell. Um, Nurse, you said Cowboy Carter had very little traditional country sounding songs on there. Listen to Renaissance first and then move into Cowboy Carter. I listened to Renaissance. I think I am a very I'm one of those Beyonce fans that likes the mainstream version of Beyonce. Like for context, like my favorite album is B-Day. That's the version of Beyonce that I like. Um DB, you believe that his wife gets a kick out of the exhibitionism and shock value? Maybe she does. Maybe she does. It's difficult to tell. I don't want to always automatically put the woman in a position of victimhood, but just given what we know about men like Kanye in general, in the industry especially, that he has more of the money and the power in that dynamic, you can't help but feel, is she a victim or isn't she? I feel like in years to come, we'll know because the whole relationship is weird, to put it nicely. And that's Kanye and his wife like public humiliation. They've clearly got some kind of kink going on. Because what even? What even is this? Okay, so on to nice news. Meghan posted a new Instagram reel. So we remember back just after the LA fires broke out, people were coming together, people were donating, and there was a young lady that Meghan uh, met who was organizing some things. Now, the young lady's house got burned down, and when the mother and the daughter went back to the house, the mother told Megan that literally all she wanted was this Billie Eilish t-shirt that was still in the dryer, but obviously the dryer is now ash. It was just that one sentimental thing that she wanted more than anything else, and she couldn't find it. So Megan called everyone she knew, sent a voice note. Can we please get Billie Eilish to get this young lady some signed goods? And they actually managed to get some stuff for this young lady, some signed merch. So very very just sweet gesture. And Megan said at the end of the video, "Thank you for everyone who was showing up for people in LA in both big and small ways. We know that Harry and Meghan have actually taken people into their home, as have other um, people in their friendship circle. Who they've taken into their home, we don't know. To be quite honest, I don't think it's anyone's business. Um, but I'm sure that they have been showing up in so many ways for their community. Um, Despite all of the usual hate and snobbery from across the pond. And if you look very closely, it was actually Lightside that drew my attention to this because I didn't see it at first. We can see Megan wearing a sweater with Archie and Lily embroidered into the neck. Very sweet gesture. What I also like about this video, just aside from the sweetness of it all and the kind gesture to the young lady and her mum, is it's very raw. Like it's Megan without makeup, looking stunning. Like just wow. First of all, no makeup. Like those Tatcha products are really hitting. Gonna have to look into them myself. Looking very fresh face, and it's very behind the scenes. And I'm just so glad that this is the type of content that we're gonna be getting, the real her. And you all remember there was a time, and I will eat crow, where I didn't know if this would be a good idea. I think we were just in the thick of the Meghan hate train, and I was just like, nothing she does is gonna work. So maybe they should just choose 100% to be private and hidden. Because I just didn't know where things were going to go. But now that things have gotten better, now that people are seeing the lights for what they are, now that the media rats are being exposed, I think Megan having her own platform and posting things like this is really going to give people a real sense of who she is. Also, the Netflix, one of the Netflix executives, apologies, I don't have it on the screen, but I'm going to read. I did take the screenshot, so maybe I'll read what she said. She spoke about Megan's upcoming series. Aha. So, during the Netflix 2025 event in Los Angeles, Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Bajaria spoke about the company's projects with Harry and Meghan. She said, "We have Meghan's new show coming up, which is great. It's an amazing approach to a lifestyle show highlighting California, Montecito, and nature. It's got some great takeaways like, oh my gosh, I want to make this pasta recipe so bad. And it's got some really easy, valuable life hacks. I'm so excited for this to come out." She also revealed that Meghan is working on a film adaptation of Carly Fortune's best selling novel, Meet Me at the Lake, Asked if the film is definitely confirmed, she said, "It's in development. It's a great book. She acquired the rights and we're excited to be working on it. We have projects in the works and everyone is excited about what's coming. I'm really excited about her show. Yay!" So that at least is confirmed. We still never really got an idea as to what was going on with was it called Pearl? Was it Pearl? The animation? That was meant to be for young girls. I hope that finds a home eventually. I don't know why they would cancel it because I feel like animation empowering young girls that would just be such an instant win, especially if it was attached to Meghan. But anyway, yeah, little Matt, the squad noticed everything, even the fact that Archie and Lily are embroidered on their shirt. So sweet. Um, yeah, it was Pearl. Oh, I hope we get to see whatever that was eventually. Also, Megan was at a birthday at Kerry Washington's. Was it Kerry Washington's birthday or was it? Yes, it was Kerry Washington's birthday. We got to see Megan's whole left arm. Megan's whole left arm. I love that we can literally recognize just her arm, and you can see her bangles that she always wears, consistent. And they were having like a cool girly girl, like a crystal party. Super cool. This is the type of thing that I would do with my girlfriends. Although we'd probably be making candles or something. But I just love that Megan gets to do this and be with her friends, people who support her, other, business women doing their thing, building their empires, and also still, being mums and wives and supporting each other. That's what you want. Just a group of positive, uplifting women. You don't get to do this if you're a woman in the royal institution. They don't want this. They don't want you to have a support system. They don't want you to have actual friends. And quite frankly, it's difficult for you to even keep friends, especially when them friends are allegedly sleeping around with your husband. Some friends, you'd always be looking over your back to seeing if somebody's trying to take your position or get something from you for being in proximity to the crown. Um, let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, like I said, you're watching from the TV? Watching it on big screen. Lottie, you said, I thought the hater said Meghan redid her rings. They look they look the same ones to me. They're just hating because she has a ring from Harry with diamonds from Diana's jewels. Yeah, these women, I mean, Jessica Alba, like, wow, this woman hasn't aged at all. What elixir are you drinking? I believe the elixir is joy. Joy, freedom, that California sun. Okay. Next thing. Um Over to the derangers. Let's laugh at the derangers. In this case, E. Holmes, who's um always been a bit of a shady one when it comes to Meghan. Obsessed. So she was asking, does anyone know where Meghan's hat came from? Now she did actually find that. There's another picture of her, I think, of her actually wearing the hat after she got it. First they hate you, then they copy you. First they hate you, then they copy you. I've been doing a lot of like spiritual work and learning about destiny swapping, monitoring spirits and mirroring. And I think I've said this before. I never really took the whole Kate copying Meghan thing seriously. Like I actually used to think that it was a bit silly. I didn't know what the fuss was about. I thought that it was Kate just being childish and deranged. And I still think that also, but I do think I understand now that it's so much deeper than that. Like, someone can literally steal your destiny, swap your destiny, block your destiny, erase you by behaving in this way. And it's just sad. It's sad, really, that Kate doesn't have her own identity. Um, all of it, like stuff like this, like holding children's hands. It seems like such a small thing, but this isn't something that Kate ever did before. Um, I mean, at the very least, she seems to have um toned down a little bit on the copying of the clothes because it just became so obvious and crazy looking. But you can't just copying someone is so surface level. You can copy the aesthetic, you can't copy someone's spirit. You can't copy their authenticity. It's not possible to copy that. And that's what they're not getting. That's why you can stand in the forest open armed for as long as you want. It's not going to make as big as an impact as Meghan posting one reel. I think that reel got something like over 1 million views in just over an hour. You can't replicate that because it's authentic and people relate to it in a real way. Honestly, when this photo of Kate came up, I was just like, what is this? Truly, what is this? Like, it's giving I've resurrected. It's giving I'm back. It's giving I was persecuted by the pharaohs, but I rose. Oh my goodness. Also, Kate now wants us to focus on her work, not her wardrobe. We will focus on her work. Whenever she starts doing it, we will absolutely focus on her work, whatever that work is. I don't know why they're pushing this weird narrative of focus on my work, not my wardrobe. Is this a way of making us forget that she was literally copying all of Meghan's looks? I mean, that's part of the reason why we were focusing on her wardrobe because it got seriously weird. And all this time, not just with Kate, but with royal women in general, isn't the wardrobe and how they look really meant to be the main focus? Like, we're just meant to be dazzled by how they look. We're just meant to be dazzled by the idea of royalty. The way Meghan came into this institution and by no fault of her own forced them to level up. And now they really don't know what to do with themselves. Because on the one hand, if you're going to now engage in things that are meaningful, impactful, you can't really do that without being somewhat political, which the royals are not meant to be. How do you talk about homelessness without talking about austerity measures, without talking about why we are in the state that we're in now? That is a very political conversation. You can't just show up and smile and wave here and there, as William likes to do, and say, I'm going to end homelessness. It doesn't work like that. You can't, as Kate wants to do, talk about childhood development without talking about, well, how does poverty affect childhood development? How does the fact that a person from a poorer socioeconomic background who goes to one school doesn't have access to activities and a level of learning that somebody who lives in a posher area has access to? And you want to talk about how the first 5 years mold us. Yeah, they do, especially if one person comes from a poorer background and the other person comes from a rich background. Of course, the first 5 years is going to mold you very differently, Kate. I mean, it's just beggars, like the audacity of it all. And they're able to get away with it because for so long, we accepted the bare minimum from royals. Boy. The grin is back though. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I kind of missed the grin. At least there's one thing about Kate that is fully back. The lights are on. I just don't know how well that grin looks next to a terminally ill child. Also on the cover of Hello, another royal propaganda outlet, Cara Middleton, Kate's mum. The audacity of this, when this lady still owes um, people money because of her party piece's debt, or I don't know, has some of that been paid off now? Has somebody paid it off? Was that part of the separation proceedings? I do think it's quite audacious to have her on the cover of Hello, given everything that's happened with her and her business. But I don't know. I guess the Hello audience, I can guess who the demographic for Hello is. I'm sure they're absolutely loving this. I'm sure they are running to Marks and Sparks to buy those denim jeans. To Joe, we have judged her for her work. Her grades are 0. Mhm. Mhm. Leslie, I don't think she wants. I think she doesn't want to concentrate on her wardrobe because of the error she made with the Chanel bag. What error did she make with the Chanel bag? I didn't know about that. Oh, because she wore a Chanel bag to the Holocaust memorial. And Coco Chanel supposedly supported the ends. Ah, yes. Okay, is that what it was? I think I saw pictures for the memorial, but I didn't know about the whole Chanel bag thing. Wow. Okay. Is somebody in the royal wardrobe department trolling her because they're usually so careful about stuff like that? Like stuff like that wouldn't usually be an oversight. Like you wouldn't have the royals going to a country and then having them wear jewelry or a designer, you know, from a country that may be at loggerheads with that country. So that's interesting. I hadn't actually heard about that. Melania Trump was the first person to say "F us on my work." I'm wearing this after the inaugural. Oh yeah, wasn't that she was? Are you not Melania Trump? Sorry, I was. Do you know? I was reading that, but I was thinking of something. I was thinking of something completely different. I was thinking of Ivanka wearing that Audrey Hepburn dress when wasn't Audrey didn't she literally live through the ends and survive through that, and then to have someone like Ivanka wearing her dress for the inauguration. Sorry, that's what came to my mind when I saw that comment. But your comment was about something completely different. Sorry, my brain's not working. I spent the first 5 years of my life as a working class girl, so now so now that I'm an adult, I have these like weird moments. That's how it works, right? Should we check with Kate? Lottie, does Kate have any friends? Honestly, being in this institution and the life she's lived in this institution, sadly, I don't know if she does. I don't even know if Kate is friends with her sister. Because that would just be a very weird relationship. I'm sure that whole family was so happy marrying into this institution, and then things really got weird once they got into it. If it wasn't already kind of weird with them before because they were so desperate to social climb. Joan Welfare, the lights may be on, but does the elevator go to the top floor? Not anymore, I don't think. And I feel like you can actually focus on fashion and be impactful. Meghan does it all the time. Like it doesn't have to be between one or the other. Like we can love fashion and we can love doing good and being impactful. But again, it's like the roles are stuck between a rock and a hard place because being impactful, it means being political. and you can't be political as a royal. So what do you do? To be honest, at this point, it's like I don't really expect them to do anything impactful at all. I just have to call them out on their hypocrisy. But do I actually expect anything at this point from the other royals? And no, not really. I couldn't care less if they were just, you know, um, fancy decorations and baubles that just played prince and princesses. As long as they didn't cost us £500 million a year, I wouldn't care. Okay, was there anything else that I was gonna mention? Ah, yes. Did I mention this on the last podcast? I don't even remember because it's been a few days now. But Katie Nichol, Katie allegedly for the lawyers listening, phone hacker stories. Nichol was apparently writing stories that were based on messages that were hacked allegedly for the lawyers listening. She did this article in the Daily Fail, talking about how she was fit and healthy and completely normal, and now about how she has a rare and aggressive liver cancer with an abysmal survival rate. So I didn't read the article, by the way, because I wasn't going to waste my time. But apparently, that what she was referring to, she got her diagnosis some time ago. I don't really know the full context of her illness, but seems to be yet another Harry and Meghan hater, yet another one of these tabloid rats in health issues and life issues. And instead of focusing on maybe being a positive light in the world, focusing on just adding more darkness and being schemy and conniving. I do believe that what you hold in your heart causes sickness. I really do believe that. So maybe Miss Nicole needs to um, reassess her career choices, and it could also be because some people have said that she's just bringing this up now because she knows that she's in trouble. She knows that there are still some possible charges hanging over her head. Um, Left to be seen whether she or others are ever called to the stand. Um, but she knows she's in trouble, and perhaps this is just her way of getting sympathy. Who knows? All right. I think that's all I wanted to say for today. Thank you all as always. Um, yeah, Invictus is coming. Make sure to support Squiddy Hooks, please. Um, and yeah, I will do my best to give a day by day breakdown of what's happening during Invictus. I think I do pretty well with Invictus and tour coverage. It's a lot to pull together. It's always when I'm my busiest because trying to get all the good pictures, trying to get all the information, what was said that day, what happened, videos, like it's always when I'm at my busiest. I do have actually one day, either Saturday or Sunday, that I am working. But I will pull up my bootstraps and try to give you the best coverage I can. If not, of course, Baron is always on it, so you're not going to be left hanging. All right, folks, please do enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.